Long before he became the revolutionary figure of modern architecture, Charles-Édouard Jeanneret, known to the world as Le Corbusier, began his journey in the watchmaking town of La Chaux-de-Fonds. Here, between 1912 and 1913, two houses were born, Maison Blanche and the Villa Favre, early explorations that revealed the seeds of a radical future. La Chaux-de-Fonds, perched high in the Jura Mountains, was a city built on precision, home to Switzerland's famed watchmaking industry. The grid-planned town fused craft, order, and clarity, offering fertile ground for architectural experimentation. It was also the birthplace of Jeanneret, shaped by the rhythms of industry, landscape, and his own artistic upbringing. Maison Blanche, or White House, was Le Corbusier's first independent commission. At just 24 years old, he designed it for his parents. This house, set on a hill above the town, was not yet the machine à habiter he would later envision, but it already revealed a quest for purity, order, and spatial clarity, symmetry and classicism. The plan is axial and balanced, inspired by French Beaux-Arts traditions and Viennese secessionism. Volume and light. Large windows, white walls, and a sense of openness counter the alpine heaviness common in Swiss homes. Functional zoning. Rooms were divided with purpose: a music room, veranda, and studio, each speaking to family needs, not social convention. Economy and precision. As the son of a watch engraver, Le Corbusier internalized a sense of fine detail and practical design, visible in the built-in furniture and measured facades. A year later, in 1913, Jeanneret received a more ambitious commission, the Villa Favre, designed for the heir of the Zenith watchmaking empire. Here, Le Corbusier began to stretch beyond domestic scale, designing for a patron with industrial authority and refined taste. Integration with landscape. Set on a sloping site, the house unfolds across terraces with panoramic views of the Jura. Space meets sight in a calculated dialogue, neoclassical language. While still rooted in tradition, the villa shows an evolution. Cleaner lines, plainer composition, restrained ornament. The young architect was beginning to strip away excess, spatial sophistication. The articulation of public and private zones, servants' quarters, and the use of loggias point to a growing architectural maturity, a hint of modernism. Though still influenced by historic styles, the flat surfaces, rectilinear proportions, and formal clarity suggest the coming modernist break. Together, these two houses mark the quiet genesis of Le Corbusier's design ethos. Between them, we see a transition from decoration to discipline, from historicism to abstraction, from private need to social architecture. Though steeped in the arts and crafts tradition of his mentor, Le Platinier, Jeanneret was already questioning its limits, seeking architecture not just of beauty, but of logic and universal order. Maison Blanche and the Villa Favre stand today not merely as early commissions, but as manifestos in formation. They preview the modernist vocabulary Le Corbusier would refine in Villa Savoye, the Unité d'Habitation, in Chandigarh. They show the emergence of spatial reasoning, structural honesty, and contextual sensitivity. And they remind us that even the most radical visions are grounded in place, in people, and in the patient search for architectural truth. In the quiet hills of La Chaux-de-Fonds, a young architect carved the blueprint of a movement. Long before concrete towers and urban utopias, there was a White House and a villa on the hill. If this journey through Le Corbusier's early works inspired you, subscribe to Space, Shape, and Scale for more cinematic explorations of visionary architects, forgotten foundations, and the buildings that change how we live, one brick and one line at a time.